game capture, display capture. And hi, is this thing working? This is, as far as I know, my very first live stream. I've no idea whether this is working or whether it isn't, or if I'm too loud or if I'm not, but let me know in the comments. I better just drag this thing across and then I can see it. But yeah, this is the very first live stream that I've ever done, even though it's delayed by a few seconds. So welcome everybody. Before I start, let's just do a microphone check. And if I'm too loud, well, you can always turn it down. And if I'm not loud enough, then let me know. All good. Right, fine, great. Well, so, welcome. This is fantastic. We've started now. It's all kicking off. This is a new season of the Lemon Amiga reviews. I can't be happier. Apart from one thing, and that is my teeth. I've got one missing there, and it's the first time I've been able to bite my teeth together today, because it's been absolute agony all week. Yes, it's the same tooth that I was moaning about last time I spoke to you on the Driving Force review. It's the same one. I don't want to pull it out because basically, well, I can't afford to get a new denture. So please bear with me. I'll speak as long as I can do, and if the mouth becomes a problem, you will know about it. If you can see me drinking throughout this thing, it's going to be water. There it is, because obviously plants drink it, animals drink it, everything drinks it apart from us. So that's what I'll be drinking. So, my teeth, the format. So the format is, what are we going to be talking about? Lemon is back. And that's number one. Amiga 36. We're going to be talking about the latest releases, the latest videos that I'll be releasing. There'll be a Patreon section, a Firefox headers bit, progress on Series 6, and also what I've recorded for Series 6, and also the series rundown, and also any problems that I might have. And then at the end, if we've got any time left, or if I'm feeling up to it, we might talk about the YouTube situation at the moment, but we'll see. And if you've got any questions, then I believe, I'm not sure, but if you put at Lemontube Amiga in, I think it highlights them for me to read. I'm not quite sure, but those are the comments. I might be taking a Q&A at the end. If not, we'll be playing a game together to kick off the new series, and guess what that's going to be? Haha. Do you like the background, by the way? This is the new Lemon Amiga website with the new lemon on there, and the bubbles that you can see, go bubbles if you enable that. I'm trying to get my finger to work, and you click on the login. There it is. That's because my background is pretty diabolical at the moment. It's basically, well, it's pretty bad. So I've been asked for a room tour. I don't even know if that's even going to be possible, to be honest, because of different things. But if I change my virtual background on this thing, and let's see if we can get that over with first of all, and hopefully I can get rid of that. And now you can see my messy room. Well done. I've got toothpaste there on my sofa, and I've got the Dan Wood checkered jumper there, and the famous one. And on the other wall you can see some more stuff, and I don't know if this is going to work at all with this crappy camera, but you can see I have my magazines and my From Bedrooms DVDs and all my magazines there, and some books as well, and the world's smallest huge screen TV, and also the Millennium Falcon, some DVDs, Xbox 360 wheel, that kind of thing. So this is basically a one-bedroom flat that I live in, and it's not very good, and at least the dishes have been done on this occasion. So that's the tour, hopefully, of my room. Hopefully you don't have to see that ever again, because do you know why? It sucks. So let's try it with the background on again, and then we can get back to the agenda. So as you can imagine, or as you can't imagine, I've been working on this for God knows how long. So I'm not very good with all this technology and all this business, so you have to bear with me because I'm trying to learn this all by myself. I don't wanna be. So what is Lemon is back? Alright then, let's see if this fits on. Is back. Lemon is back. So hopefully that works. And that puts that in the bottom corner, right? So Lemon is back. Why are we coming back? Well, it's Amiga 36, in case you haven't noticed. It was only 2 seconds yesteryear from Amiga 30 and then Amiga 35, and now it's Amiga 36. It'll be Amiga 40 before I am, because I'm now 45. So, well, whatever. So, Lemon is coming back. The series are coming back. And it's Amiga Day, July 23rd. So that's Amiga's birthday, July 23rd. And we're coming back on the 17th of this month. That's next weekend. And we're coming back with a special video about the latest Amiga Forever. Amiga Forever, I'm sure every man and his dog's done an Amiga Forever video by now. But I noticed recently I was making a mistake on that. I didn't mention that it requires the Workbench library. Yes, my pointer is working. It requires the Workbench library to load in your files from WHD loads, so that isn't included in the video. I couldn't include it before now because my mouse wouldn't open before today. And if you want those files, if you want Workbench library, it says available here. Click on that and you get all of those set patch and data types patch and also the Workbench library. So if I don't mention that next week when I'm talking about Amiga Forever, then that's basically, you can access them through the Amiga Forever website, and the title is the ROM Improvement. So that might be something that I don't mention. So that's that. And then after that we'll be going on to a video about MCP. MCP, what is MCP? Well, that's a multi-tool, multi-utility which tunes up Workbench, and there are tons and tons of Workbench utilities out there that I could do reviews on, and I'm definitely holding back on the installation guide because what I ended up doing was I copied all the Workbench files to a directory on my PC, went into WinUAE, set that PC directory as my Amiga drive, made it bootable, and that's basically it. So there isn't much of an installation guide to how I use that, and I'm pretty bored with that. I was going to do an introduction to DOS and commands and things like that. That can be left for another day. But anyway, we're going to get to see MCP, and from there you can change the toolbar on top of your Workbench screen. You can change the date, you can change the look, the appearance, WB gauge, fast prefs, you can turn on fast assigns, all kinds of tools. It's like a sissy hack kind of thing for Workbench, which I thought I got around to reviewing. So anyway, that's going up for Amiga 36. So not that many Amiga 36 specific videos, but we're talking about the Amiga, we're celebrating it. And so MCP, and then after that, that's on the 24th. And then after that, we also have Hydrosis, who we were supposed to have, because that was a review that wasn't. But I might change that and I might get rid of that and put an RTG special in there. And the RTG special is me playing a load of retargetable graphics games every week. So that's something to look forward to. And I might end that with look at DOSBox games, where I played a few games on DOSBox on the Amiga. And then that's the Amiga 36 celebrations over. If you want to see more, then check out Amiga Bill, check out Amigos, check out all the Amiga people, anybody who's typing Amiga, and you'll find the Amiga 36 celebrations live. But I'm not doing any of that. So what happens is that's going on for the next couple of months, and then after that, on the 4th of September, you will find the first show, which is changed from the advertised programme. It's not Lure of the Temptress, it's now Innocent Until Caught. So, yes, I still have a cold, permanent cold, and yes, my hair does need cutting, but if you've ever seen the show Minder, then kind of Terry McCann kind of haircut, I like having the style, and if it was all chopped off, it wouldn't be a style, it would be a cut. I don't do haircuts and I don't do scissors. So that's just me. That's the new Amiga 36, that's what's coming up. And also, if you want to be a part of that, or if you want to get shows early, on demand, you can demand your own shows, you can get the shows early, you can access stuff that's never going to be released, you can access behind the scenes stuff by going to my Patreon. So let's have a look at that. And let's have a look. Viewers public. So if you go to my Patreon, then it comes up with all this fancy stuff that I've added. You can basically join my club, the Lemon Amiga Club, for any amount of money from £1 a month. Although all these fancy things, these will appear on the end credits. Bronze, silver, gold, platinum, and all of them come with different perks, of course. I've got a titanium backer, granite, marble, I can't remember which one of them's harder, and then diamond. Diamond's real bit. I'm not expecting anybody to get diamond, but if you want to sponsor this tooth extraction, then, you know, chip in a fiver and I'll put your name on the tooth extraction credits video. So if you want to join, it's as easy as that. Just click on join. You can have one fan request if you join at bronze level, and then what do you get? Whoa, then what do you get when you sign in? Well, I'm new to all this Patreon stuff, so I tried to make it as user friendly as possible, as interesting as possible. I don't want to seem to be milking anything or anybody. So look at that, there's me! Me! Who is that handsome guy with all those missing teeth? It's me. So, this is the latest post, My Life and Gaming Part 1, mid-1980s. So this starts with me talking about me in the 1980s, my first experiences of handheld computers, Atari 800 XL, these things that you hold on your face, these things that you press buttons with, my first arcades, in black and white arcades, the first arcade game, the first computer game experience, VIC-20, and the first games that I played, and that kind of thing. So hopefully there won't be much personal fluff, it's just me talking, and there's a whole series of them, 4 hours if you're even bothered about that, for free, as soon as you join my Patreon thing. You can see some quick links at the top. Let's just have a look to see what we're missing. Specials and exclusive playlist. That's got loads of specials and exclusives in there. And making a review 5. Post-production, the making of Batman. My review of Batman Revisited that I reviewed live in 2015. That's that. You can have a look at that. Free video. What else have we got? Me making Worthy live. Last September, narrating Worthy, talking to myself, talking to the camera, putting speech bubbles in, and it's not bad actually. It's 2 hours of me editing, but it's not that boring. What else have we got? Me, Hydrosis. This is the review that probably wasn't, because when I recorded this, it recorded with the microphone, of which the camera I'm using at the moment. So you can see my hair is a right mess, and the beard and everything else. So this is behind the scenes me narrating Hydrosis to show how it works, and that probably won't go out because the sound's knackered on it. So if it does go out, it'll be a free video. If it doesn't go out, it'll be a free video. There's June newsletter, making of my cartoon intro, the long version, an hour, me talking about how I made this thing, all the layers of the timeline, high def, remastered. That was originally 720p. What else do you get? More of me behind the scenes, how long it takes to do this stuff. Wearing my t-shirt. My t-shirt. And so that's that. Doesn't look like the light was on because my face looks like blue. But anyway, behind the scenes playlist, tons of stuff in there. Banjo, a game for the Dreamcast. I've also released Crash and Burn for the PS2. On my other channel, Life Schools Reviews. Downtown Run, which I had some fun with. Series 6 Progress. And then these will come back to, this is what's going on. You don't have to pause the video. And me, again, uncut. Me, uncut, rewound, talking to him, retro rewind, an hour of me doing that with this, and I could talk all day. All day. What's that? Raw footage archive. Tons and tons of raw footage in there. Me playing Napalm for a bit, nice clear footage. That's an introductory guide, in case you wanted one for that game. Me playing that for an hour. Me playing Pinball Brain Damage AGA, review that wasn't, requested by Kim Lemon. And don't forget, anybody that requests the game above bronze level for a review that wasn't, then they can request it. I'll send you a list of all the reviews that weren't, and you can check and you can request that. Or if you're above bronze level, you can also request a game for the series, which will be Series 6 Part 2, because I've done all the rest, which we'll come to in a bit. Pinball Brain Damage gave me brain damage. Rick Dangerous 2 wasn't released. Rick Dangerous because it was in ultra low resolution. Thanks to Sept for that. There's a few comments. Reviews that weren't playlist, that works, but it broke on the image. Puznik, another review that wasn't, and stuff like that. So, excuse me. Sorry for all headphones users at the moment. So that's that. What do you get if you join? Tons of stuff. Behind the scenes videos. You click on that and it comes up with all the stuff that I've just shown you, all the behind the scenes stuff. And it's also got me talking about my life, of which I'll put my life in there as well. The reviews that weren't, I'm going to put the reviews that weren't in there with the playlist. There's tons of them. Some of the images aren't working. Operation Harrier, City Cars, there's loads of them. 9 of them. Raw footage archive, that just gives you a link to the raw footage, which there's tons. Bonus content playlist, that's me, 2-player games, that kind of thing. And specials and exclusives include access to the RGB, not RGB, what am I talking about? The RTG specials that are already up there. You can find all them in there, and anything that's been released, it'll be released ahead of time in there. So let's say you get through all this stuff. There's maybe 4 hours in there, so maybe 4 hours, maybe another 4 hours, maybe another 2 hours, maybe another 5, 6, 7 hours in there. So you're getting a bit of footage for free, and everybody that signs up gets this for free. Become a Patreon. Why? Because I'm on universal tax credits and I really could do with it. So that's Patreon. I'm laughing. If you see me laughing in this video, it's because I was in pain. And so you can see my sordid life on those behind the scenes videos. All 4 of them are there already. You'd have to wait for them to be released. How long it takes, and a special video about the t-shirt as well. It's gone up. So that's the Patreon tour ticked off. And most importantly of all, these videos that we're creating now on YouTube are going to stand for all time. They're not going to disappear tomorrow. It's not tweet, or it's not, what do they go on these days? What's that streaming thing? Twitter, tweet, I can't even remember now. Graham Humphrey's on it. You know which one I mean. And they disappear. You put them up there and they just disappear. Well, YouTube is not for Christmas, it's for life. And these things are not going to disappear. So if somebody's going to type the name of this game into YouTube, Warhead, whatever, it might come up with my play guide, so they want to know how to play it. And on that video, it'll come up with your name forever. As soon as you click on that join, I'll put your name in the end credits and it'll come up on all my videos forever until you unsubscribe. So if you want your name associated with these videos, then the easiest thing to do is click on that button, and for 12 quid a year you can have your name on all my videos highlighted and all that. So I can't offer you much in the way of personal chats and all the rest of that stuff. I don't like behind the scenes stuff that only you can see and nobody else can see. But I've pulled my guts out to do all that. So what else are we doing? Another freebie. I don't know how long my voice is going to last, to be honest. But anyway, another freebie. Is this thing actually working? According to this, it is. So we are almost back. Another freebie is, if you've got Firefox like I have got, if you want this title header at the top, you can see it's got Lemon Amiga and all these things in there. This is what I made in a little package. You go to colorfirefox.com and you can upload it. So it started with this one. It's got a lemming on there and it's pretty low res, and you might not like it, but I like how it's got that blue bit in the bottom border, and that means you can put the tabs in that blue bit, and it's got all the trees on the top. So I like that, and it's not taken away from anything on the actual lemon site. Everything's still as it is. So that was that, and then Kim Lemon said, oh well, you can't read them. So that was my second attempt at it. Now you can read them. But I didn't like that because everything's now in blue and it's kind of stuck in the corner and all this. Like, I realised this is a small screen at the moment, so I had another go. Why can't you make it high res? Alright then. So I made it high res. High resolution. You can see it's high res. It goes all the way across that screen. Big. Big, 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 big. And it's only just offset from, you know, the links there, because this has got, I think, a drag and drop, and the one that I screen captured didn't. So if it's got a bit of a gap there, then that could be it. Anyway, so I did an ultra high res version, which is this, which is obviously the guy from Flashback. And this is an ultra high res version. So anyway, to cut a long story out, if you have Firefox, you go to Tools, Add-ons, Add-ons and Themes. You click on the theme, you type in Lemon Amiga, and it'll come up with that, with the Turrican one. Right, that's the latest one. If you like it, great. You can also, I think, revert to the old one. But I probably won't be upgrading it to the ultra high res one unless there's demand for that. But that's a free thing. You can go on there, download it now. It was announced on, I think, Facebook when I did that. So let's just get rid of that, give it all up. So that's that sorted, and that's sorted. And also the Patreon stuff, that's covered. So hopefully that's that. And so now we get on to if this will actually work. Let's see if this will actually work. And it probably won't. Well, it might do actually. Let's load thing. Back again. So we're moving on now. Past Patreon, Firefox headers, progress, series 6. Alright, 6. Series 6. Ping. So what have we got? Let's bring it up. And I realise you can only just barely see this, and I realise I might put in this at 2K, 14, whatever. And I suppose I could make it bigger, but anyway. There is a zoom in option. These are the things that I've been basically working on. The Retro Rewind video, tour of my hard drive, Life Story Part 1, how long it takes, making worthy, the t-shirt thing, Life Story Part 2, the PPC Special, the Life Story Part 3, PPC Special 2, Life Story Part 4, interview with Andy Palmer, making Batman the movie, making Lemmings 2, making Monkey Island 2 soundtrack, Hunt the Hitbox, the original vocals, making my cartoon intro long version HD, Pegasus Unfiltered intro, and of course a Series 6 format demo, which is like 3 seconds of me messing about. And then with the SummerSlam, you're gonna get, welcome back, this thing, you're gonna get it, this is it, Amiga Forever, MCP, probably RTG Special 1, 2, 3 and 4, and a DOSBox game special. And then Now we get to the highlights. This is the tour of Season 6, so let's get comfortable. You don't have to pause the screen, I'll be racking these off. And I don't want to get too close to the microphone because I've already turned it up quite a lot. So we start off, as you can't see probably because of the size of this thing, with September the 4th, remember, the 4th of September, Innocent Until Caught comes up. Most of these are requests because of the Patreon thing, and I've mentioned that already, let's mention it again. I'm jumping off the diving board at the deep end with all this stuff. If you are going to fund me money, then the least I can do is review your game, and even if it's a game I haven't played before, I can't play it, well, send me a few options and I'll choose them. And I've no idea why my nose is really itching. It's probably the curse of the live stream, but anyway. Send me these requests and I'll choose one. 1 or 4, whatever. A 2 or 4 if you're a gold backer, a 4 or 4. And we'll see. So Innocent Until Caught, requested by Johnny Smuiso, how we pronounce that. I've done that. Let's just give you, while I put it with his nose, let's just give you some statistics. I've recorded 35 games now for Series 6. 35 games, and there's only 24 games in Series 6, so we'll be coming on to that. I've edited of them 24 games, so that's virtually all of them. Of those, I've edited 24 games, I've narrated 20 of them. So 20 out of 24 games, that's alright. And I've post-edited 11 of them, 11 of those 20, so I just need to do 9 more to have edited all those games that I've narrated, all 20 of them. And that means that I'm right up there with the schedule. There's 2 months to go between here and there, so within 2 months I'm sure I could have post-edited 9 reviews. So hopefully, I scratched this nose, it will stop being a pain. So yeah, there's 2 months to go, so hopefully I'll have narrated and edited the rest. You can see I've narrated and edited Innocent Until Caught. It just needs the backers on there and whoever else. Oil Imperium by Eric Johnson is the second video, and then we'll be doing the traditional click on the community tab and you too can vote for the game, the third game that appears in the sequence. So we'll be running that on week 1 and we'll see the results in week 2. I'll upload it in week 2 for backers. Everybody else will get it in week 3. So these games are just in random order. We've got Powerdrome, which really does need a player guide and a review. I've finished that 90%. Just needs the credits, the intros, a few things like that. King of Chicago is an old request. It's not something that I thought I'd be covering. Mindwalker is one of those weird 1986 Commodore published kind of games that you really need a player guide for that. Johnny Smuiso narrated it, edited it. Alien Breed 3D 2 is one of those games that nobody got to play back in the day because nobody had a vampire or emulation. That was requested by Sept and also Mikey Bergvist as well. So ignoring any sounds you can hear in the background, that's been done 85%. Gym Power is also on the list. It needs reducking and some of these things I'll come back to. I've messed them up, but never mind. Warhead is a fan favourite that's been requesting me from Score 1. That's almost done. Enemy Tempest to Violence hasn't been narrated, it hasn't been done, it hasn't been touched, but I have pre-edited that. So that's at least been started. Fascination needs the voiceover and all the rest of it. Apprentice has been requested before. One of my games that I remember from back in the day. Starblade, requested by David Sapphire. He's no longer a patron, but he backed me for what, 6-12 months. So with that kind of sponsorship, I certainly don't mind reviewing his video. If you're going to log on for a day and expect a video, you can get on your bike. But if you're going to stand by me, then I'll support you. Alright, it's one of these things. So Starblade, I'm hoping he'll come back. He might not. Starblade, David Sapphire. And then, what have we got? Well, it's up to you really, but we've also got on the list Lancaster, which is an old request. Done 90% of that. You might not have heard of that. I'd never heard of that, but it's a bit like Their Finest Hour by LucasArts. Draken, nobody's heard of that. It came out on all the platforms, nobody likes it. I've played it for 7 hours, I've condensed it, I've reviewed it. So Draken's there. Flashback, of course, that's one of the requested videos by Kim Lemon. Flashback, I think it was the CD32 version, not quite sure. Case of the Cautious Condor on the CD32, not on the CD-TV. A mega hit, everybody remembers that. AAA title. Fishhead Buddha has been requested by Predceda, which I've narrated. All those with 2 stars means I've narrated them. Take 'em Out is one of those games that I like from back in the day. You won't see my name too much on this list, but I'm there with that one. Quack is a game, it's not a masterclass. This isn't a Graham Humphrey masterclass. That's my pathetic attempt at trying to play Quack. In the Lemon Amiga Games competition that we just closed down last week, so I didn't get very far, but I've replaced a video with that. I haven't edited it. Well, I haven't actually edited it, I haven't narrated it, I haven't done nothing with that. And then we've got Builderland, requested by me. Needs audio ducking perhaps. Blastar, which is a change to the advertised thing on TV, so that's been done by 90%. I need to add the intro and the credits to that. It's virtually finished. Namak 4 is virtually finished as well, so you're gonna get that. The director's cut, all the bells and all the whistles. So, and also Banzai, which is the 8K special. I haven't got 8K views yet, so you're not expecting that. I'm not going to edit that or narrate that till it's done, but I've recorded it. So all these have been recorded. And all the ones with 2 lines next to them are kind of adventure things. So, King of Chicago, we've got It's an Adventure thing. And Fascination, Starblade, Draken, Cautious Condor, which I'm probably going to call Curious Condor a million times. Dark Seed, CD32, which maybe I didn't mention. That's the CD32 with the voice speech acting, requested by Kim Lemon. And that's NTSC, because it was an NTSC game. And hopefully also Mindwalker, King of Chicago, Powerdrome, all those were NTSC games. And Starblade, I think, was Europe. Anyway, they'll all be full screen, full speed. And as I mentioned before, I've also recorded Lure of the Temptress, Stun Runner, Robocop 2, Capone, Shadow Fighter, Fighting Spirit, Street Racer I recorded 1 billion years ago, Zool 2, Devious Designs, 1000 Melia, which I managed to get halfway through that. Fun game, that's definitely going to appear next series. And these, well, it depends on, you know, if you chip in, join the gold level and say, can you review Street Fighter 2 Turbo, then these are going to go out of the window. I'm going to review Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo, all of them, all of the editions, and I'm going to do a special about it, and I'm going to put your name all over it, and that'll stand forever. So these are the ones that I've recorded. It's not necessarily in the right order. These are the ones that I want to do. Worms Director's Cut AGA, another request by Kim Lemon. Archon, which I haven't had much luck with recording, because I really need to record that in Amiga Live. Universal Warrior, that's one of those classics. Cosmic Space Ed, perhaps. 3D Soccer, I'm not sure. Archipelagos I might do. Knights of the Sky takes ages. And then Series 7 list that I've mentioned before. These are potential games for Season 7. So ideas. And then this is another adventure series, point and click, point and click, point and click. And then we've got Series 8, some more stuff, Civ, Moonstone, SimCity, all the ones that I rhymed off before. These are potential games. And it all depends with this Patreon stuff. If you want me to review, you know, Akira, then I will do. You know, it's only going to be a 5-second review. You know, I'm not going to be very nice to it, but I will do. So, top 10 worst games of all time. I think I've done that, haven't I? Have I not done that, or have I done that? I don't think I've done that yet, but you don't want to see that. The Blood Special, these are the games that are recorded for the Blood Special, and then the 2-player Blood Special that I did, the vertical shooters that I did, with the rating scores, the lesser known 15 vertical shooters, 22 even lesser known horizontal shooters. I don't think that has been worked on. Other 3D games, that's definitely not come out. It's not been worked on, because that relies on me knowing what to do with half of these. Cybercon 3, I noticed the Amigos reviewed that recently. Arctic Fox, I need to do a guide to figure out that out before I can do a guide to show you how it works. And then battle games, yeah, there's more than this, a lot more than this. I've been playing Kingmaker recently, trying to figure out, what was it, Castles 2 that I was playing, I think? Kingdoms of England Vikings, I was trying to work that out. None of these are particularly easy, but that happened. I don't know what's going to happen with that. Rip-off games, all these are rip-off specials, top 100 rip-offs, we've done them. And the ones that I missed out, we've done all them. The top 20 NES conversions, we've done all them. So, and NTSC games and all that business, top 10 games, PS1 games. So I don't want this to get any more boring than it already is. What are we up to? The 4 games untouched, Banzai 8K special. Swapped in Quack instead of Robocop 2, I'm sure you'll be glad to hear that. It gives me 2 months time to edit them, series rundown and vaulting tab. So if you feel like reaching out to me, either dropping me a comment or, doing all this, subbing, sharing, liking, giving, taking, that's what it's all about. So, and I'll be using my narrator's voice as well, I won't be using this common voice. So, problems in YouTube. So that's about it for that. That's about it. So, if there's any Q&A, up to this point, I'll be reading that at the end. But, there's endless problems with this stuff. Sometimes I've messed up my own narration by messing with settings. Even today I've been messing with these settings for an hour before this was switched on. I'm still not happy about it. Everything's going to be changed again when I'm narrating stuff, different bass and all that, and I know I shouldn't be bothered about it, but I am bothered about it. So all these reviews are going to have a completely different bass, treble and mid-range to them. And I'll just leave that on. That's been done already. That's last season. So anyway, just leave it on. So you can look forward to these in any order you like. And so before we end this live stream, so that's basically it for that. So if you wanted to basically end now, if you wanted to, because it's 10 o'clock, if you thought this was going to end at 10 o'clock, that's basically all I need to tell you. There's going to be stuff being released, none of this music stuff, but loads of Amiga related stuff every week until the series comes out, and then the series every week, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, and then it'll be Amiga 37, and then I'll be taking a break. So there's a lot coming up, and so thanks a lot. If you want to sign out now, thanks for tuning in. This has been my Waffle video, and that's basically it. But if you want to hang on, if you want to relax and put your feet up, I'll be talking about a few more things. One important thing, maybe nothing to do with this channel, but important in general. Nothing to do with me, but anyway. And then we'll be playing a game at the end, because I want to test out these settings. I can't hear myself, so I don't know if this is working. And I can't see the comments from here either, so I've no idea whether it's working. I'll look at them at the end. But before we see those comments, I wanna, if it's possible, I wanna start a new a new thing. Oh no, what have I done now? I've just overwritten it with this Series 6 thing. Oh dear. Can I undo that? No, I can't undo it because I've overwritten it. Oh well. That's a bit of a problem. So yeah, problems. I'm going to be coming on to problems. So issues with season 6. There you go. Issues with. Oh, that didn't work. But anyway, issues with. So, whoops. I can just get this thing. See, nothing. It's like a jack in the box. All this stuff. I'm pressing on it. All right, there you go. So that should come back. Problems with. So it's time to sit back and put your feet up because it's going to be one of them. I'm going to talk about the YouTube bubble, and it's something that affects a lot of people out there. A lot of people have got concerns over this, and it's affected a lot of people, and it's affected a lot of people. Imagine this, YouTube really kicked off maybe 2010, 2011. There was a large influx of people, and there was more people doing videos, and over time it's grown. Some people have left the scene, some people have joined the scene, and let's just make that full screen. And it's been going on like that for, obviously, for the last 10 years. We've been growing, it's been changing, people have been doing all sorts of things. But what happens if you join YouTube and all you want to do is to do your channel and your thing? For example, games. What happens when you've already done all your favourite games? Or the games that you remember from back in the day? Or the games that you always wanted to play? Or the systems that you always wanted to play, and the games on those systems and the little bits and bats. What happens once you've done all them? Well, sometimes it can lead to feeling a bit bored, and certainly after 10 years of running a channel, you think, well, you know, I've done it already. I've done this, I've done a guide to that, I've done a setup guide, I've done this and that, I've talked about everything I wanted to do, all my favourite games. I'm interested in RPGs, I'm not interested in strategy games, I'm not interested in covering any other platforms you might or might not do. And it's a lot easier if you cover loads of platforms, because then if people are tuning in, they're not interested in the Amiga, then they might see, you know, PS2, whatever, ZX Spectrum, and there aren't that many dedicated Amiga channels out there, and I don't blame them. I'm one of the few of them, and I don't put any thing on there that's not based on the Amiga somehow, some way, and that's because I've just got a following. I don't want to water it down by putting other videos on, so they're on my Life Schools Reviews videos if you want to watch them. But there's this scenario going around that I'm calling the YouTube bubble, whereas, you know, what happens once you've interviewed the people you want to do, you've done the specials, the excerpts, the documentaries, you know, the past, the present and the future, the history, the geography, the timelines, the ancestry of a subject, you know, the live streams on a subject, talking about it forever. You know, there is a finite point where you think, well, I've covered all them. I mean, if you follow James Bond movies, they've only done 25. At least with the Amiga, they've done, you know, 2,500. So that's a few percentage more. But, you know, what if it's a niche market like painting your nails and doing your hair? You know, you just forget about what to do next. You can't think. So there's something called burnout, and it's the YouTube bubble, and people are thinking, is it me? Why am I not getting the viewers anymore? And it's a twofold thing. The first thing is YouTube is broken because of, well, it's broken basically. What you need to do is to put things in your title of a video like you would search for it. So if you're reviewing Hunter for the Amiga, Speedball 2 for the Amiga, you type Speedball 2 Amiga whenever it came out, maybe, you know, 1991, whenever it was, and then you might to put the name of your channel and then an episode number. So if you put in an episode number first, it's searching for that first and it's never going to find your videos. If you put in the name of your channel first, then it's looking for the name of your channel first and it's never going to find your videos. And if you put in the name of your series first, then it's looking for that first, and it's never going to find your videos. And, you know, I was looking at a video the other day. It just says, you know, a taxi driver plays, what was it? The Getaway on the PS2. Viral video of this guy playing The Getaway on PS2. Fantastic video. That's all he said. So if you want to find it, you just type taxi driver Getaway PS2. And all the fans of that game will find it. He doesn't have to put anything else, any series numbers or anything else down. He just puts that down, watch my stuff, you know, whatever, nothing fancy, and YouTube will find it viral just like that. And it also helps if you put a picture of yourself in the video, of yourself going, ooh, ah, ee, ooh, like, you know, Zap64 when they used to go, and all this business, you know, you could put that on your thing and have a nice box out of the game. The game's title's written out big in bold, so they can't miss it. You know, I had this conversation with before with a guy that I used to work for. He wanted, you know, things in a certain order and series numbers. And the thing is, series numbers just show how old your thing is. I've done 400 videos. Yeah, well, that's a friggin' old channel. You best if you keep your channel fresh. Don't worry about series numbers. And try and think of what people are going to type in and just call your video that. And that helps fix up seeing your videos. And, you know, if you put stuff like Mega Marathon and all the rest of it, and Special Exclusive, Top of the Range, Super Deluxe, and all the other George Carlin things, they're not going to find it. So, it's half YouTube, and it's half people dropping away, and people have said, oh, I'm getting bored with this, I'm fed up, I've got 1 million subscribers, I'm still bored. And you might notice, when people started up with the Patreon, they said, well, this is going to make my channel grow. I'm going to do this. I'm going to put subtitles in 1 million different languages. I'm going to make it available 10 years before it comes out available. Special episodes, behind the scenes chats, behind the scenes. And you know what? Half of those people that said that, the quality of the shows have gone down. The regularity of them posting has gone down from twice a week to once a month. They do live streams, which cost nothing. So it's very easy if you're doing live streams to do it on any subject and say, right, give me the money. But I can't do that. I'm editing these things, I'm recording them, I'm researching them, voiceovering them, fixing the voiceover, adding the arrows, this, that and the other. I'm sure you're sick of it by now. So that's why it takes months to edit this stuff, and it comes out and I'm proud of it and it's a show. And I don't deserve any more or less money than they do, but sometimes they're borrowing and stealing ideas off other people and going around doing similar stuff, and it really, I mean, how many times after you've reviewed Highlander on the ZX Spectrum and played that live stream that for the 10 billionth time, you're thinking, you know, what has my life become? It still beats stacking shelves in a supermarket. Anything on the planet is better than that. But people feel burnout and they think, well, my channel's not going anywhere. I've had my best year. I've certainly had my best years. It started off up there, 8,000, 100,000, 1,500. Now I might get 300 views. So now I'm not doing it for Patreon. I'm not doing it, well, I'm doing it for you really with the Patreon. If you back me requesting videos, do your special video, specials, all this, that and the other. I've basically given up my thing. And now I'm swimming around in shark-infested water doing it for you. So if you want to request stuff, that's where that's coming. And that keeps it fresh. Otherwise, I've seen them dropping like flies. I used to follow that. Hi guys, it's a pixel thing. You know, great guy, Pedro, you know. And I don't know, I could name off, I don't know, Gans Teeth, Luke Ozer, all my favourite shows. They just think, well, I've done them all now. All my favourite Amiga stuff, my 64 stuff, even AVGN. What happens if you've already reviewed all the NGN games? LGN is terrible. You get sick of it. So it's reached a bubble and it's just pop and people just drift away. So obviously the ones that stay are going to continue and they're going to have to diversify and figure out what they want to do with the channel. Maybe get another channel, maybe split the channel, maybe try something else for a bit, maybe knock it on the head, maybe they're getting too old, and that's the other 25% of the people that used to watch these shows are now getting too old. They've got 2 kids. They're not tuning in at 9:30 on Saturday night to see me. They're watching telly. They've got their feet up with a newspaper over their face, half a glass of flat cider, you know, snoring because they're worn out and they're APs. You know, a lot of these people remember this stuff when they were younger, in their 20s. They're getting older now. They're not bothered about watching stuff like this. So that's another segment of the population. And the last thing I want to talk about, so that's the YouTube bubble and the people drop off. And the seniors drop off as well. Loads of people. I don't want to name names because there's just too many channels that have just gone. And I want them to come back, all my friends. So if you're out there thinking, I just want to do a video for me, I don't care about this, I don't care about that, I don't care about likes, dislikes, I'm going to review Captain Planet, it's the best game in the world, I'm going to do it. Go ahead, do that. And then the last thing I want to mention are what I call, this isn't gospel, but it's what I call the 4 types of people on YouTube. And any YouTuber will know this already, so you don't need to worry about this. But if you're worrying about comments, at the start, people used to use YouTube like a chat forum. And now that's gone out the window. Now people use it like a posting forum, like a Twitter feed. So what happens now is you get people with the one-liners and their, you know, few words. And that's fine. I suppose people are using it like text. Everything's getting shorter, you know. You, with a capital U, make great video, you know, video or whatever, you know, in as few characters as possible. Fine, that's the way the world's going. So you'll be having a conversation with just the vowels of the alphabet. Not like Lancashire people can't do that already. A, E, I, O, U, I, O, I, O, I. We can communicate with just the vowels. But anyway, 4 types of people. There's the happy clappers, the clapping seals, the people that are... Imagine that you're putting this out into a theatre. There's the people that want to upload and say, thanks for the show. They don't want to say anything to you, don't want to speak to you, they just want to upload, thanks for the show, and leave. That's a good portion of the population. They don't want to even speak to you, so what they'll do, they'll click on the like button and they'll leave. So they're harmless. The second group of people is the commentators, and they'll put a commentated view on there, maybe their angle. I like this game, I don't like this game, it's good, it's bad, have you tried this, tried that, it's good later on, it's not good later on, you know, whatever. It's a comment, and everybody's got a comment, you know. Everybody loves Captain Planet for the Amiga, but you might get 1 or 2 people who say, no, it's not that good. So you can't stop people having opinions, and sometimes the more the merrier. The third group of people, as we know, are the correctors. This is too loud, this is too quiet, you made a mistake there, that fact's wrong, that was 1982, you know, you're boring, you're not charismatic enough, you should stop making videos, you're too, you know, this, that, you know, this thing would be alright if it wasn't for you. I've had everything, the full gamut, the full thing, and it happens to other people as well, it happens to everybody. Your voice, your channel, you're this, you're that, and they're correctors, they just want to be correct. Sometimes that's fine, sometimes it isn't. Sometimes when I used to leave comments on people's videos as a happy clapper, people thought I was being correct, and they didn't take that the right way. I don't want to correct any, I don't give a monkeys about whatever, I just want to put my views down. I used to play this game, I didn't play this game, I've watched a long play, the graphics look fantastic on level 5. The graphics are fantastic on level 5, you should try and get that far. And people say, why are you trying to tell me what to do? Oh, this is my channel. So those are the correctors, and it's very easy to get those guys wrong. When they're just making a comment, you might think they're trying to correct you. And obviously the fourth group of people, the minority, are the trolls, and they're basically saying, I don't like you, I don't like these videos, you know, I prefer the PS2, have you tried this game, you know, on the PC, I prefer Quake, and all the rest of it. You can't do anything with trolls. If you try and feed them, you can hide them from your channel, and that helps. So the clappers, the commentators, the correctors, and the trolls And otherwise, that's 50%. The other 50% is the silent majority, and they are basically the likers, and they'll just like it and leave. So if you're reviewing an obscure game that nobody's ever heard of on some console or system or whatever, I don't know, Haunted Castle on the Vectrex or whatever it is, then don't expect 1 million views. But if you're reviewing Minecraft, tips and cheats and top 20 saving tips to save you time on Minecraft, you can expect 1 million views. If you're doing a car review on a Lamborghini, you can expect 300,000 views. If you're doing a car review on a Honda Civic, then you're not. So it depends on the label, it depends on this and that. And you get people putting you down. People that used to comment don't anymore. That the clapping people stop clapping, and you're thinking, is it me? Is it my channel? The moral of the story is don't worry about it. As long as you're putting out something that you're happy about, and it's 50-50 with me, but as long as it's passable and it goes under my radar, then that's all you can do. Put something out for you, not just because you think it's going to be popular, but because you want to play it, or because you've practiced it, or because this is your thing, you want to look into that, you want to present that, then that's fine. If you get any other feedback, then that's fine. If you get Patreons, then you're on to a winner. A lot of people with Patreons take them for granted. The more you have, the less interested that you are in a channel. So it can be a double-edged thing. People say, support me, back me, and all this business, but it doesn't matter how many Patreons you have. If you're bored with the channel, you're bored with the channel. So cut your losses. Absence makes the heart grow fonder. That's all I can say about that. So that's that bit. I've seen people, I'm not going to name names, have had issues with that recently. So that's that. And that's basically the end of this bit. So I'm just going to have a quick look at the Q&A. And so I'm going to change that. And I'm going to remember to click on this, and then that, and then this. And now what I'm going to do, hopefully, if I can find where it is, I can hopefully find the comments and see if there's any comments before we're going to try a game, ladies and gentlemen. Before we leave, my God, we've been going an hour already. I've been mourning for most of it. Before we leave and get back to it, I'm just going to have a quick look at those comments. Hello there, all good, sounds okay, great to see you back. Hello, Life School, rocking the band, something I'll have to translate. Good, you, Robin from the Woods. That's another game I can't play. Robin Hood. That's one of them 3D games. Other reviewers have done it. Check them out if you want to check out Robin Hood. I've seen those reviews. I've expected this bid to be streaming from an Amiga. Yeah, well, that's kind of to come, really, because yeah, this might be the first and the last live stream I've ever done. Live chat. Somebody's just donated me £10. Always great content for sure. Amiga website, one of the best. Thank you very much. Marine Stew. So Marine Stew, Popeye, there he is. He's given me a tenner. So I'll put your name in the first credits of the first video, Innocent Until Caught. Thanks a lot for that. No problem at all. Anything I can do. Well, if you like these, comment. Just I mean, obviously not on this thing. Comment on the video. If you like all this chat stuff, then maybe I can do it. I've been panicking about this all week. Maybe I can do it. I'm not really a chatty person. If you want the live streams and the Mike Matei thing, let me know. If you've got any views or comments on anything either way, let me know. I'm not really into that, but I don't really want to put stuff aside. See, Patreon. Yeah, I'm going to be on Patreon. I'm going to be an hour. That means that only my Patreons are going to see it, and that means I'm not going to want to release it, and I'm going to release it late, and it's going to be out of date. I'd rather just do stuff live, you know what I mean? So anyway, all good, sounds good. Hi guys, anyone? Remember with 3D games to see if they need to be versions patched for faster CPU, for example, Gallagher patch for Stunt Car Racing, never heard of that. But there is a turbo version, of course, and TNT. Stunt Car Race, the standard version's no faster. Well, It's definitely the turbo cracked. Don't forget, crackers are what saved the Amiga, and the guys that were meant to save it ruined it. Graham Humphrey, hi Graham, we'll be going on to a masterclass in a minute. Graham Humphrey, King Graham from Norwich. Don't forget, Graham Humphrey has one of these Twitch streams. He runs it every Thursday at about 8 o'clock. If you want to tune in, he'll be playing competition games, he'll be doing live streams, he'll be doing public domain efforts, he'll be doing latest games, he'll be doing requests, he'll be doing chats. He's a funny guy, he laughs unlike me, he's got a lot to say, he's full of banter. So check out Graham's live thing on Twitch. It's one thing I'm not really bothered about, all this Twitch stuff. I could do enough twitching without any of that. So oh yeah, and don't be afraid to send yourself up. If you're doing any of these ridiculous YouTube videos, in 40 years we're going to be dead. I don't care. Send yourself up. Alright, hi guys, anyone there? Let's have a look. King Graham, sounds good here. Good evening everyone. So many wads. What's that, Doom wads? Or mods? I've no idea. Great to see you back, Dan. Mickey Bergfist. Look forward to your review soon, Mickey. Great to have you back. Join up. At Lemontube Amiga. See, that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to put an at there if you want to talk to me. Hey up, I'm from Burnley. I loved Amiga back it day. I didn't know. Amiga back it day. Everybody had Amiga in high school. Everybody was swapping games in playground. Oh, them were days. From Burnley. I remember I went to college at Burnley. I did Burnley College, I did. Oh, them were days. Oh, if I could only go back. Never forget your roots, lad. Hi guys, it's 1992. Friend wants to get an Amiga. He can't afford 3 games with his new Amiga. Which 3 games should he get? 1992. Well, obviously Lotus 1 I'd get if it was 1991. Well, it depends if you like racing games. Point and click adventures. I think Monkey Island was definitely out in 90. Stuff like that. If you're on a desert island, I'd get like the Settlers one. That was 93. It's a difficult question, to be honest. It depends if you want a game that lasts you for a long time on a desert island or a quick play. If it was me and no time constraints, I'd probably go for the Lotus 2, the Settlers, and Doom 2. But if it was 1991, then Elite didn't come out until 93. So, pretty difficult question that. I can't really answer that. Hi guys, well done. Thank you for your absolutely kind donation. That's £10 nearer my tooth extraction. Don't forget. SWOS 9697. I get endless questions for that. I've already done a SWOS. And I made it like a special, so we did the Moon SWOS, we did the Norwich United SWOS, the Sensible SWOS, the Apples versus Oranges, we did SWOS, Sensible World of Soccer, all that lot got put in a video with me talking really boringly, like 10 years ago. And I don't really have any burning desires to get back through that. If you want to hear a SWOS story, join me Patreon, look at the life story. 1990, I sprained my wrist playing SWOS. I had to go to college with a sprained wrist, and the lad said, "Hey, tell him how you got that. Playing football." No, not playing football, playing me on SWOS in his Amiga. Went back to my place, playing SWOS. I've got those SWOS stories, and the scores. But SWOS, it's like goal and kick off 3 and all the rest of it. I'm not a massive fan of those. Although, if you're going to Patreon me, I probably will do. It's just that I've kind of done it before. So, it's not a no. I've been told off before, it's not a no. Alright. Wow, now, you remembered my last name. Ministry Cordia. Well, I've no idea who that is, but I've remembered your last name. Burnley College. In fact, I went to both Burnley colleges. The one that's up by that lane, which is across from bypass, and it's back at school, and the main college, which you actually cross over from the main road and you have to go up and turn left and go right, and that's the proper college. I went to both of them, computing, psychology, counselling, God knows. I had to commute as well, I think. I had to commute on the train, I think it was. In fact, I've still got my Burnley College. Hold on a minute. Whilst we're talking about this, it's probably not going to work. But there it is. There. It's probably the size of a postage stamp on this screen. But yeah, that's my old Burnley College pass. Student Daniel Waddington. So I was into bright colours in them days. I used to run a market shop selling flamboyant women's clothing at one time. Pirates, great game. Pirates. Well, again, this guy that I'm not going to mention has a great video on Pirates and Pirates Gold. If you want to see that in NTSC, check that out if you want to know Pirates. It's kind of one of them games, isn't it? I want to, but I don't want to. It's a long game, but you know, I like it, but I don't like it. So if it was a choice between that and Chaos Engine 2, or, you know, stuff like that, I'd have to go for Pirates. But no plans to cover it at the moment. I will be getting to the game, don't worry. First player and management football game. I hate playing football management games. Nothing is more boring to me than doing that. So unfortunately, even if you subscribe and you give me some money with Patreon, I just can't get motivated to do that kind of game. Anything else, even a typing text adventure, go door, go west, pick up handle, light lamp, I like that infinitely more than that. But you know, in these times, I don't know, because I can't commentate on them and tell you how to play it if I can't commentate on them and tell you how to play it. Anyway, the 1992 guy by 3 copies of the same kind, Misadventures of Flink. It's certainly a colourful game. I could never really get into it. It's a great platformer, but Rough and Tumble's a lot better. CD32. But then again, just because I never got into it doesn't mean to say it's a bad game. Half of the games that you play are no good because you can't play them. So that's half of these ones I'm playing are no good because I can't play them. On this list, Draken, Warhead, Curse of Enchantica, Cruise for a Corpse, you know, whatever it is, whatever I'm playing, you can't play them, so therefore, you just never get off level 1. LOL playing Swass, yeah, still got the bruises. Yeah, and on that hand as well, very difficult to get it on the right hand. I remember them all. Obsolete Power Corrupts, LOL, Cosmic, yeah. People that have 1 million views look up to the ones that have 3 million views, then 100,000 views look up to them that have 300,000 views, then that have 1,000 views look up to them that have 300,000 views, then people like me that have hundreds of views look up to basically everybody, and you never have enough views. Even if you have 500 views, 1,000 views, look, if you have more than 10 views, you've got an audience. So that's Absolute Power Corrupts. That's sometimes why people stop making videos. You get too many. It just becomes pressure, you know. I can't take this pressure on. The old one I went to. The old Burnley College. Cool, man. I'm in Nelson, mate. Oh, well, better than, what is the Nelson, Burnley, Nelson and Corn, and nobody else outside of Corn can pronounce it like Corn. They call it Colne. I've got a mate who I went to Blackburn College with who now lives in Nelson. What did you think of Mobtree Island? I loved it when I was a kid. Well, it's got good sound effects. I think it's got voice speech sound effects. It's got average graphics. It's a French game. Heart is in the right place. It looks like it could be a good game. It's probably better than half of the point-and-click adventures and typing adventures out there. It's probably better than Mad Dog Williams and some of the lesser-known games. I never really played it. I wanted to get into it. It's one of them that I'd have to follow a walkthrough. I wouldn't mind getting into it someday, but it's not one of them games I played back in the day. So that's what I think of Mulptui Island. I will have heard of every single game that you've mentioned, no matter how obscure. It doesn't mean to say I'm going to play it, but I will have heard of it. I will have played it. Hi there from Connecticut, USA. Hi there, welcome. Flash Gordon Muir. Welcome. If you're playing an Amiga game, make sure if it's an NTSC game, play it in NTSC. I just want to say I love your vids. Doctor what? Doctor what? Yeah, well, thank you. Double thumbs up for that. I like making them as well. So that just means for the last bit, I'm all fingers and thumbs with all this because I've absolutely no idea how to control this stuff. And I've no idea whether this is going to work. I'm going to have to leave the comments well, not necessarily actually. I will leave the comments up. And what we're going to do is go back. So we turn that off, we turn that on. Hopefully, maybe we do that. I can't hold it. If I do this, does it come up with that? Yes, it does. And now, hopefully, this thing will work. So you're not going to get my face on this thing anymore. Because that's the end of all this talking stuff. Miscellaneous, quick, confirm. Oh look, it's crashed. So I can suspend that, I can change my PC, I can jump to that jump table, I can remove that software failure, I can even continue it. Let's just suspend that for now. And so just before we go then, look, multitasking stuff. Quit. Are you sure you don't want to save? No, I don't want to save those changes. So here we go. I don't want to get too close to the microphone because it's gonna sound a bit loud. And we're gonna finish off by doing this because guess what? I need to test whether this is working. If anybody wants any of these live plays doing, you know, somebody says something, how about starting one of these live plays? Then I'm going to have to figure out how to do it. Oh, now that means getting the volume balancing right and all the rest of it. So there are a few comments, but we're going to see if this actually works. I've no idea whether it will do, or I've no idea whether it's actually working or not. It's not actually doing anything. So guess what we're going to do, ladies and gentlemen? We're going to reset that machine. You can always rely on the Amiga. There's never any problems with that at all. And you can probably bet that was something to do with trying to run Octamed in it, and it couldn't clear its own window. So anyway, for this, just like Sir Graham, we're going to be playing the Blues Brothers. It's one of them that I haven't played in a bit. It's just one of them that I want to test out to see if the volumes are alright and all that. So that's really very quiet, but I don't have auto ducking on this thing. Great to hear your voice, love your videos, love your accent a lot. Well, I've been trying to get back to that, but in the meantime, hi, welcome to another Lemon Amiga game guide and review. This time is a spontaneous review. This is the Blues Brothers, created of course by Titus Software, released in 1991. At the start it gives us a title page and it scoots straight on from that into this selection menu where we can select between Jake and Elwood Blues, and it comes with no high score table whatsoever because the guys forgot to include a high score table in this game. So when you press fire you can get to choose between those two characters And of course nobody goes for Elwood, everybody goes for John Belushi. And let's move on to level 1, it's called The Store. So let's sit adjacent to this so you can perhaps hear it. There might be some screen tearing going on, no idea. So this is the Blues Brothers then, and the Blues Brothers is a lot like a Dizzy game. And if you remember in Dizzy games, you have to be prepared to go all the way back to pick up items and to go back many times in order to pick stuff up. Now, there's no time limit in this game whatsoever, and that gives away the fact that you're going to have to waste tons of time playing this game in the first place. Occasionally you'll find some pickups, and this one is a dance pickup, and this doesn't do much, it just makes you dance on the spot, and you can even fall straight through platforms if you want to do that. And whilst we're here, we can also pick up some records as well, and if you gain I think 100 records, then it gives you an extra life, and I think it also gives you some health hearts as well. And unfortunately there is no score in this game, so unfortunately we cannot play this game for a high scoring run in the Lemon Amiga Games competition. And you can see a guy there, so how do we get rid of him? First of all, you collect this balloon, and you can see somebody trying to kill me. Move over there and drop here, and hopefully I can pick this up and kill this woman. That means that we can get all of these records, but it also means we can use this spare box to kill the guard who hangs around the bottom of that screen. We can then use the second balloon, and that means that we can collect all these other things, well, and then we fall down, collect this box. We can press fire button to pick up the box, but unfortunately we can't walk into a shop with the box, and if we walk into a shop, if it has a guard in there, we'll get killed. And this one's got our guitar. So that's the screen cleared of enemies now. So the next part, the next section, is to move up to the top section of the game. For that we will need another balloon, and that means that we can float all the way up now to this checkpoint. If I press fire, it will drop us down, and you don't want to touch those fish. You also don't really want to touch this question mark, because that knocks 20 records off the record, and we're supposed to be making a record in this game. Press fire to collect this block, and run, and this block will mean that we can no longer collect the health heart, probably. Let's try it. Oh well, we made it anyway, look at that. And then on this section, whoa, it's pretty difficult, because if he walks off the screen, guess what? He doesn't get hit. But we don't need to worry about that guy anyway. What we need to worry about is the woman lobbing plates at us from the other side of the screen, and you have to be prepared to duck for her, otherwise she's going to wallop us. That gives us access to virtually the final lifts in this game, and it also gives us a number of crates as well. Now I did leave a crate behind where I was in that level, and if you're playing this like a Dizzy game, absolutely you want to go all the way back to the start, and you want to pick up all of the crates that you can do, and that just makes the level a bit later on a bit easier. It is possible to go all the way back to the start several times in this game, and you'll find actually that if you do that, it makes the game easier, even though obviously it makes playing this first level darn longer, and you can probably rush through this on a speed run in about 20 seconds flat. So ignoring all that, let's run back to those records, get the box, and you can only throw the box, you can't throw the box down, or you can't put that down on the floor and jump on that, unfortunately. This game engine went on to be used in Titus's Titus the Fox, which came out the following year, 1992. So if this box mechanic looks familiar of us picking boxes up and chucking them, it's precisely because it was used in Titus the Fox, and anybody who thinks Titus is really crappy and boring, well, they did make some good games. Actually, on the Amiga, this is definitely one of them. So, going all the way back, it's impossible to make too much of the time. You really will want to take your time. You can see we've got all those 4 health hearts, and if we time these lifts correctly as well, we've also got a number of boxes we can use to get rid of one of the more difficult enemies in the game, and that is these gardeners. And those gardeners will try and get us, and so it's important, of course, to get them before they get you. And timing isn't too critical on this very first level, and with no time limit, you can have to be prepared to take your time if you want to survive it. If you don't want to survive it, this game can be absolutely brutal and pretty merciless. So you can see as soon as this guy sees me, he's going to see me off. So what we've got here is a dead end. If you jump off here with a box, then you find some more records and a guy that you need to kill. That means you can loop the level. Otherwise, you can climb up this tree and you'll also find a big fat bird there who's dumping eggs on us. What can we do? Well, we can jump on this box, and if we jump up and kill this thing pretty handily, it means that hopefully we can dispatch that animal, and you don't need the brolly, you don't need the umbrella, you can just simply run and jump all the way through it. At this point you can even jump down here and start killing those gardeners, or if you want to collect all the records you fall off here, and then what you're going to have to do is pick up one of these umbrellas and float down from this spot. That will give you tons of records that you're going to need. But we're not too bothered about that for now. Let's just head on towards the end of the level, and of course you can get there. You don't have to use the brolly, you can simply jump into, look at that, another leap of faith. And if you follow this, it leads to a bird that tries to kill us. So what we're going to do is fall down here. In fact, we're going to fall down here and completely miss where we're supposed to go on the end of the level. Luckily, we won't lose our umbrella unless we happen to push up and press fire. So at this point, we can jump a bit like Super Frog. We've got that distance, and if we time our jumps correctly, then there's no reason why we need to die in this game. That will reveal some more blocks, and by pulling down here we can pull down and check out the landscape, and it also reveals some bonus records. And I think if you collect the broken ones, it reduces your collection maybe by 10 or 25. So we're here now, let's do the high jump for the bonuses, and of course the bonuses spell out Titus. So here we go, let's jump for joy, and let's see, minus 10 for broken records. It seems like we're getting all the broken records at the moment. Well done! All the broken records known to mankind. So how much did we get? 15! And if you go for the second flag, that means our records will carry over onto the next level. Or if you collect the first flag like I did, well, it looks like our records have gone through. So on this one you might expect to kill loads of bad guys from the start, just like we learned how to do on the previous level. But unfortunately you can't. On this level you don't get any boxes and you have to do loads of leaps of faith. And leaps of faith in this game aren't great at the best of times, and you don't get the boxes until you get through this section and avoid this guy, and then hopefully that's the first of the boxes sorted out. So I haven't played this level in a long time. You can see timing has to be observed, and if you time things correctly you shouldn't have any problems getting through the game. And I used to be able to complete this 100% back in the day, and not anymore, I'm afraid. And look at that, bugs in the game means that if you don't hit those guys bob on, they will come up and kill us. And lives in this game are pretty short and sweet. You'll either have them or you'll lose them. If you lose them, then you're gonna die. If you die, you don't have any score and you have to return all the way back. to the start again. So this game is incredibly brutal. Let's see what there is here. It's a dance token, and don't worry, I'm not going to be going through this entire level or even this entire game. I'm just showing you how easy it can be if you're prepared to take your time and basically crawl your way around the level. Look at that, a leap of faith. Let's take a leap of faith. And actually we needed to take a leap of faith there, because that gives us the sunglasses. That's a bit of a difficult jump, because we could really do with the umbrella there to make that jump. We don't have it, and I don't think you can continue to hold it down. Maybe there's some umbrellas up here, but if you can, you're supposed to do that and get the glasses, you can see, before the enemies kill us, and that's the glasses that you need on this level. Then there's a load of boxes up here. If you pick them up and fall down again, then you can come along here and start killing guys, and if you can't, then they're going to kill you. And sometimes you can even lure them down and run just like this, and there are shortcuts as well through these levels, but of course if you don't take them strategically, then you're probably going to die, and you can even go around certain enemies as well. So that's my quick look at the Blues Brothers, and so hope to see you again in my first review of our new series, which will be the 4th of September. Hope you've liked this introductory stuff and this quick play guide and all this stuff. The graphics look great. In these chat windows I search for you people's names, write cool comments, and subscribe to the channel. Fantastic, I sometimes do that as well. Hey Dan, nice to hear your voice again. Certainly is. Missed the first 90 minutes of this. Well, hopefully if this works and it goes on, then hopefully, I mean, you guys will know better than I can, better than I do, but if this works and goes on, hopefully when I stop this stream it'll go live, and basically once it goes live it should work, and probably just my luck, it's probably not going to go live. It's probably going to be unlisted. I mean, I have no idea what I'm doing here. Oh look, visibility public. So anyway, that's been my fumbling in the dark for one day, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop this. Thanks everybody who's tuned in, and if you want any more of this pain, then you can request it, but otherwise I'll be seeing you perhaps for another Waffle video. And I wish everybody out there all the best of luck, all the people on all the systems, all the Patreon friends, the people that have managed to find where I am now, the people that haven't, all the friends that have sent comments to me before, all the people that haven't. I love you all, and I'll see you all again in the next stream sometime soon. So